Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
Oh, welcome to FabCon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, this is the best day ever. Thank you for joining us on our live stream today. Sukhwant, why don't you introduce yourself to the group?
Hi, my name is Sukhwant. I'm a PM in SQL DB in Fabric Group. And thank you so much for inviting me here to talk about SQL database in Fabric. That's the youngest new workload in Fabric.
Well,
Um,
it's possibly the most game-changing workload I think in Fabric because we've Fabric has always been about analytics, and it's the OLAP side of the house. Now we're talking about transactional processing. I am just blown away. So, Sukhant, for people who might not be up to speed on the whole Fabric database thing, do I give people a rundown on like what it is, how does it fit into the ecosystem?
Absolutely. So, you know, you mentioned that it was a data analytics platform, and starting November in Ignite, we announced that it is now all things data and analytics.
Yep.
So, SQL database is your OLTP. It brings in the magic where you create the database and the stuff starts getting mirrored automatically for you. You don't have to create an ETL. And guess what? Because it is inside Fabric, you get the goodness of everything that Fabric provides you, which means all the integration. Everything is low code, no code. So
Yeah.
you can go from zero to hero in no time.
Wow. So you're telling me, correct me if I'm wrong, if I go into Fabric right now, I could spin up a Fabric database just like that?
Just like that, less than a minute.
Less than a minute. That is super impressive.
And your ETL hooked up
Yeah.
in the same amount of time.
Wow.
You don't have to do
That
anything special. How
that
cool
is
is that?
that is super cool. So I can have an app sitting on top of my Fabric database. My app can be writing transactions in and out, and my analytics could sit on top of that exact same data. And I don't have to worry about contention.
No, no, no. You don't have to worry about it because your data is getting replicated into one lake that you can do for your reporting, and your OLTP is separate. And let me tell you one more thing.
Mhm.
Have you heard about GraphQL?
I've heard about GraphQL, but I'm not sure how does that fit into this.
So what happens is, let's say you want to set up a GraphQL server.
Yeah.
It's a pain, right?
Yeah.
But with Fabric, you just click on new, pick up the GraphQL, pick up the database. You can pick SQL database that you have just now
Yeah.
created, right? And pick the tables that you want. Voila, your API is ready. And guess what? They take those endpoints, give it to your application. Your end-to-end scenario is ready.
Oh, that is awesome. Now we've got Guillermo is talking about using SQL DB with Power Apps.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's fantastic,
That
right?
is fantastic.
So we've already got people that are up and they're using it. So we're talking low code analytics, low code applications,
Yes.
low code database creation.
Yes.
That is awesome.
That is
Now
awesome.
I'm going to put on. Oh, look at that! Best DB ever. Way to go,
Oh,
Donald.
yay! Thank you.
Yes, that is exciting.
That is
Holy
exciting.
cow! You're
Yeah.
hearing it first. Donald Parrish. And Donald, do you know Donald? Donald is the man. Uh, you should meet Donald. We'll introduce you at some point in time. And he does say the best ETL is no ETL. So,
I agree. I agree. So anytime we write any line of code, we know we have to maintain it.
Yeah.
That is money.
Yep.
That is time. So all that is getting saved here. Like it's like you don't have to think about your analytics afterwards. No, you're sitting it from the day. I mean, you don't even have to think about it actually.
Right, right.
It is getting done.
It's
under
just
the
there.
hood. And
Ah.
then because SQL database is in there, you want to create data flow, you want to pull data from somewhere, you want to create your pipelines. All that stuff is there. And if you want to do AI,
It's right there.
it's right
It's
there.
integrated in. And talk about an amazing advantage, right? The Microsoft Fabric integrated stack is transformative when it comes to how people are building and doing things and preparing for the future. That's
Absolutely. And it's the same power that you get on prem or in Azure Cloud. The engine is the same. You got the
Okay.
same power.
that
Same
is
power that you
that
use
is
today.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
And it's so easy to secure it.
Hang on. Tell me how.
So you can control security via security roles
Yeah.
at the workspace level. We
Okay.
have 4, right?
Yep.
Admin, member, contributor, and viewer.
Okay. Yes.
If that's enough for you, it's super easy, right? Just
Right.
give us access and done. If you want to do a finer control, you can go inside. You can use the UI
Mhm.
to add people to the existing default roles, or you can create roles
Yeah.
using the UI.
Oh, that's
Maybe
nice.
you are that SQL person who's a pro, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't want to use UI. You
Yep.
can still use T-SQL. And guess what?
Yeah.
Your database is getting managed automatically for you behind the scene. Let's say your developer writes this whole crazy query and
Yeah.
the performance is going down.
Yeah.
The system is going to look at stuff and
Yeah.
create indexes for you,
Wow.
which means you don't have to worry about performance tuning so much. I mean, of course, you have to look at it.
So DBAs, your jobs are not.
They're
You're not done yet.
They're not done yet, but
Yeah.
but
But
it's helping you.
Yeah.
Now, instead of managing 10 databases, you can probably scale to 1,000 because some of the stuff is getting done automatically for you.
well, and that's important because I've worked in organizations. I've done audits, and they've like, oh, they thought they had 100 databases, and they find out, oh,
Oh, no. More?
we have like 1,000, right?
Yes.
But that they were blind to it. Now in Fabric, SQL database is super easy to discover, to
Yes.
manage, to see who's doing what.
Yes.
And with Purview, we have full lineage, don't we?
Correct.
Yeah.
And another important thing that your the editor
Mhm.
editor is so powerful.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
notice that?
it
There
is
are-
fantastic
so
with the
we heard from the
templates and the
customer-
code snippets.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
We heard from the customers that there are organizations who don't allow SSMS or any kind of tool,
Yeah. Yep.
and they rely heavily on web,
Yep.
so they can do pretty much everything
Wow.
from the editor.
That's fantastic.
So,
Now, I heard it, SQL DB was going to be GA in June. Is that correct?
I cannot give any ETA. I know where you're going, but our leadership does want to get it to GA soon. We are actively working on our planning and saying that these are the important pieces that we need to add. We want it to be enterprise ready. We want it to be
I love that we want it to be there. I think it's ready right now. Make it
Thank you.
GA.
Thank
It is.
you. I
so
will give this
it's
message to the
fantastic.
leadership.
Yes. Hey, leadership, Arun, Amir, it's ready. I mean, it's as ready as any of the other. I mean, heck, if we had to wait for Power BI to be at this level of readiness, like we wouldn't be anywhere right now. So it's ready. Bring it on out. We're good to go. Okay. So
And guess what? There are
What?
customers who are using their production-like workloads
Yeah.
already on it
yep. Yep.
because they are happy with what we have there.
Right. The performance is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so integrated. It does so much. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question, the $10 million question for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is going to be a hard one.
Okay.
All right? I think it's going to be hard. Why would I choose Fabric databases versus Data Warehouse?
Well,
Oh, look at that.
so it all depends on your situation.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That's number one.
Yep.
So as the name states, data warehouse. I mean, I'm sure you can use SQLDB in Fabric
Yep.
and create a warehouse if you want to.
Yep.
But SQLDB is optimized for transactional workload,
Mm.
and data warehouse is optimized for columnar based.
Sure.
This thing. So that's the differentiator.
Okay. All right. So I think that's a big deal. But for people who don't know those terms of technology, how would you differentiate it on a business purpose side?
Oh my God! Yes, that is a tough one. That is a tough one. I don't know.
So I think where I'd say is it's all about size. Size matters, right?
Oh yes,
Right.
Very good point. Good point.
Big, large data,
Yes.
you have to go DW because there's a cap of 4 terabytes.
4 terabyte on
Yep.
SQLDB in Fabric.
Yeah.
For now.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're using like SQL Server on-prem, right, and
Yes.
and you've got 300 gigs there, and you've been at around 300 gigs for like a couple years,
Yeah.
Fabric database is the spot for you, right?
Yes.
Like that's fine. If you're using SQL database on-prem and you're at 300 gigs this month and you were at 100 gigs last month, maybe you should be considering switching over to a warehouse and migrating into cloud. Right, it's all about linear trend and your size. That is my thoughts. What do you think of that?
Well, I think you have to look at the problem. I mean, yes, you're spot
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
When you're picking any of the workload in Fabric, I would highly recommend that go read the finer prints,
Yeah.
go read the limitation,
Yeah.
understand those products better.
Yeah.
But on the surface, we made SQL DB so that you can do transactional workload.
Yeah.
More transactional because
Yep.
it's a speed, right? Speed
Yep.
that matters.
Yep.
But when it comes to data warehouse, it is optimized more to munch and crunch big data, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
And then the of course, if you want bigger, like you said, the size, you can if your data warehouse is bigger than 4 terabytes, yes, that is your place.
Yeah. I also say if you've been working on SQL Server for like 10 years and you've got stored procedures and you've got all of that existing code that's out there to optimize around and manage it, Fabric SQL becomes super easy to migrate into and just use, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Well, Sukhwant, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I know you've got lots to do. If you have one message out to the users, what would that be today?
I would say please go and try the product. If your organization has a tenant, try it on that. If you don't, then I would say go sign up for a free trial and go try all these workloads and see where you can use them and make your life easier.
Amen.
That's the key.
Yes. Keep it simple,
Keep
right?
it simple.
Because today is the best day ever because we're going to start using more Fabric. We're going to start using Fabric databases, and we're going to keep it simple. Thank you, Sukhwant, so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in and having the chat up and running. Oh, well, yeah. I do have a Fabric tattoo. That's right. So I'm now tattooed with Fabric. Thank you guys also very much. You guys have the best day ever. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Peace.
Baker Tilly Digital combines strategic industry insight and advanced technical expertise to uncover and solve your digital transformation challenges. If you're interested in learning more, check out our website at bakertilly.com/digital.